Benoit Blanc is back for the third movie of the Knives Out series, Wake Up Dead Man. This time, we are trying to solve a murder that not only takes place in a church, but also seems impossible. If there's one thing I like, it's murders that look impossible, but that actually have a very logical explanation. And if you like that too, this movie is for you. I will go into details, but first, let me give you my spoiler-free opinion. This movie has a great cast and a great screenplay. The acting is incredible throughout the movie, the sets are gorgeous, and the story could not be predicted. I gave this movie a 9 out of 10, and I think this is my favorite from the Knives Out series so far. Now let's get into some spoilers. I want to start with something that I didn't care for, so it's out of the way. Benoit Blanc is not in the first 30 minutes or so of the movie. We spend our time with Josh O'Connor, giving us the details of what happened leading up to the murder. As much as I like Josh O'Connor in this movie, he's not supposed to be the main character. But then, when Blanc does arrive, we have this incredible scene where they talk in the church, and I was like, yeah, okay, I can forgive you. That scene in particular stayed with me, but the whole screenplay is very well written in my opinion. I could not predict anything that was going to happen, and that's always a delight because as a murder mystery fan and a screenwriter myself, I can guess what's going to happen most of the time. But this time I couldn't, and I was very excited. Just like the characters, I had no idea where I was going. Every twist and turn left me confused in the best way. The dialogue was also pretty cool, especially paired with the great acting from everyone in this cast. Some characters were not as developed as others, which is always the case when you have a big ensemble like this, but overall it was good. Nothing else I really liked was the sets, especially the church. We spend a lot of time there, this is where the murder takes place, and where we get a confession from the killer. There were a couple of shots using the light that were really stunning. One we have a bunch of times is when Josh O'Connor opens the door and the shape of the door is seen over the cross, or where the cross was supposed to be. In another shot, the light from the window slowly appears behind him, and I thought it was so beautiful. I really like the character of Father Judd and his arc. Yes, he wants to solve the murder, but he's also a priest and prioritizes helping people before anything else, even if it can be bad for him. Something else that I saw about Benoit Blanc is how he faked not knowing who the murderer was so that the character of Glenn Close could confess herself. Even though he doesn't believe in God, because she does and it was important to her, he let her confess the way she wanted, which I don't know if he would have done in the first movies. The whole plot around cult-like behavior and how people in politics use religion to brainwash and manipulate people when they actually don't care about them, that was so interesting and sadly very relevant in this day and age. Something I really liked about this movie was how people saw the mother differently. She's called the harlot whore, sorry for my French accent, and people really think of her as this whore because they have been told that she was like this. But then, at the end, when they come out of this cult and realize that they have been manipulated for years, they can see that she was actually just a person. They were basically brainwashed into thinking of her in a bad way. Politics and cults really dehumanize people to make them seem like figures and not actual people with feelings. And so when the character of Glenn Close says, "that poor girl," it was really significant. The characters come to realize that nothing is as simple as it seems, and that people are more complex than you can think. The first two movies are also commentaries on rich people being manipulative and out of touch, and you'll definitely find that in this movie. But it's really more about politics and seeking power, which is so interesting and well done. It's not the main topic, but it's explicit enough so that the message is understood. As you can tell, I really like this movie. I might watch it again soon, just to see if there are things that I missed, because there is so much happening. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you soon for another review.